Hey everybody, Kelly Engineering here, and welcome to episode 30 of Ragnamod 5. In between episodes, as you can see behind me, I made a little setup for all of the base Ender IO alloys, and most of them speak pretty much for themselves with the exception of this one, like Solarium. So Solarium required soul sand and gold, but unfortunately the gold chickens, they only give you nuggets, they don't give you ingots. But I need ingots, so yeah, I have this little crafter set up right behind here that's making me gold ingots. And yeah, the gold ingots are going right into the alloy smelter, and bam, making it up for me. It's rather slow. Anything that requires gold is, I don't have nearly as much. Oh, is this full already? Electrical steel? Oh, geez. I need to make upgrades for these drawers. But, yeah, and then you have stuff like this, which requires 3. This was really easy to make, but unfortunately, it has a gold chicken, so I had to have another crafter here. Underneath, it's actually pretty interesting to look at, because you see I have my, conduit facades hiding most of the cables, so I can still walk on the stuff above. But I do like this look, especially for a factory with all these cables right here. Yeah, I'm definitely liking that look. Also, the way that all of these are being powered is via solar right behind here. Oh, I need to make a conduit facade for here as well. I have conduit facade for these two. But yeah, they're being powered by solar, and yeah, it's working a treat. I haven't run out of power for these things yet. It's always been the materials that are limiting me. Also, I upgraded my dark armor. So I can't actually see the top of it, but the top of it has a solar panel on it now, and everything is empowered 4. You see all of the stuff that I have on here, as well as having pocket anvils. Yeah, these are all the upgrades that I have on here. So I have up to solar. I have solar 3 on the helmet, all the way up to empowered 4 on everything. The apiarist hat still. And, yeah, that's really it. Oh, and night vision. Night vision is on this helmet, so if I press P, I have night vision. Unfortunately, the night vision uses power on the helmet, which is why I made it empowered 4. But, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Another thing that I did is I made a little setup for all of the Skystone dust I had. And yeah, I just put Skystone dust in here, and I was getting Skystone in this chest. I made 27 stacks of Skystone, popped it in here so that it could get crushed down to crush Skystone, sieved it all, and ended up getting 2 charged Certus quartz, 2 Certus, 30 Certus quartz seeds, and 44 Certus quartz crystals. That's garbage. So luckily I have my void miners going. And my void miners managed to get me a lot more of the Certus quartz and the charged Certus quartz. The charged Certus quartz is going to be important for this episode because we're getting into AE2. To facilitate putting on all of my dark steel upgrades, which do require XP, I made these XP chickens. I made 2 stacks of XP chickens. And yeah, they give me solid experience. It's not as good as the solidified experience because it's a 1-for-1. You see that I'm just tapping it and I have to use all of them. There's no way, even if I'm holding shift or control or whatever, that I can consume all of these at once. So, yeah, that's the thing. May as well just use all of these up. And yeah, that's how I've been getting all of my experience to install the... Oh, was that a little bit of... Oh, it looked like a little bit of clipping there. But yeah, that's really all that I did new in between episodes. I did set up all of the smelteries that I wanted to set up over here on this side. And yeah, it's the same exact setup as over here. You can see if I go below. Oh, and I put signs on everything just so I could tell what it was from below. But yeah, I have 5 of these. And then if you look in this ender chest, you'll see that I have all of this yellorium. Yellorium cannot go into a smelter. So what I've been doing is every time I get yellorium, I've just been throwing it in this top chest. There we go. And it's been getting me this yellorium dust. Yellorium dust gets shoved into here. And I just smelt it into yellorium ingots. Until I have a more, you know, I have everything I need in order to set up automating of that. I may as well. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for yellorium. Other than that, everything else has been set up for all ore chunks that I get from sieving. But like I said, this episode I want to get into AE2 and at least get a basic ME storage system started because I have way too many chests sitting all over the place that I want to consolidate all that stuff. So in order to get into AE2, I need to make 64 Fluix crystals, which Takes a little bit of time. First, let me disable my fluxo magnet. There we go, disabled. And in order to make the flux crystals, I'm going to take some charged Certus quartz, redstone, and I didn't just grab it, did I? I just grabbed it, son of a gun. And 64. What the heck? I don't have magnetic on. There we go. Alright, now it's actually doing its thing, and you see all of those flux crystals I'm making right now. It's a very simple process, but I now have 2 stacks of flux crystals. Awesome. And with those flux crystals, that quest is complete, and I can get into applied energistics. The first thing that wants me to create is the crystal growth chamber. Oh, okay, whatever. Well, I need to make crystal growth accelerators. Flux blocks. Alright, we should be able to take care of this. I'm going to set aside 4 flux crystals because I want to be able to make a seed for this. What level do I need in order to make the seed? Oh, Superium, I do not have enough for that. I do eventually want to make a flux seed just to make it easier so I don't have to waste all of my redstone and nether quartz on all this stuff. But yeah, we're going to move on. Alright, I have enough materials to make the 6 crystal growth accelerators, and with those 6 crystal growth accelerators, get the crystal growth chamber. The crystal growth chamber should be one of the quests. Where are you, my friend? There we go. Alright, now we need all of the presses. I'm actually really happy that this quest book isn't going through everything AE2, and it's only it's putting me right in the middle of AE2 stuff. So, and that's what this mod is, AE2 stuff. So yeah, I'm making the presses shouldn't be that hard, if I recall correctly. Oh, okay, the recipe has changed. Well, okay then, I need some pure Certus quartz crystals, which is why it wanted me to make the crystal growth accelerator. That's fine. I need to make some power for this. Here we go. For power, I'm going to have an energy cell and flux crystal, 4 iron, and 4 quartz glass. And the energy acceptor. So, I'm going to go down here now. Oh, there we go. And for now, I'm just going to attach the energy acceptor right here. And the energy cell right here. You see that it's starting to get power. It already has its 200,000 applied energy. And that's because the energy acceptor is just converting all the power from here right to here. With that, I can put down my crystal growth accelerator. And I can put any sort of seed, such as... Oh, I'm using this portable cell right now just to keep my inventory clean. I'm going to put 15. There we go. But I'm using this portable energy cell that I've been getting from loot bags. And yeah, all of my AE2 stuff is just in there right now to save on inventory space. But you see that the icon has changed for this and is slowly becoming a pure Certus quartz crystal. With those pure Certus quartz crystals, I can make the all the inscriber presses because I'm going to need Certus quartz gears, all that stuff. Well, here is my very, very basic AE2 setup. I have a lot of stuff in here already. And 4 4K ME storage cells and 4 1K ME storage cells. I'm not going to do a lot with AE2 on camera. I will do the Essentia stuff when it comes to AE2 Essentia. And I will definitely do the auto crafting stuff. But yeah, there are plenty of stuff out there for AE2. I'm not going to bother showing it on camera. Another reason for that being is Efren Ramirez has requested that I start getting into immersive engineering. And yeah, it is about time that I get into immersive engineering. I feel like I'm a little beyond that scope right now, but there is, if I do want to get through every single one of the mods in this pack, I'm going to have to start immersive engineering sometime. So that's what we're going to get into now. Alright, so the recipe for coke bricks. Got plenty of coke bricks now, so I can make a coke oven. Coke oven multi-block structure arranged with 3x3x3 solid cube of coke bricks. Right-clicking with the engineer's hammer. Putting coal in the coke oven provided with coal coke and creosote oil. So I do need the coal coke, so I'm going to set up a couple of these to begin with. And, oh, sorry, don't mind this. I built up to I built up to world height 256 just so I could see how tall I needed to make the Trellick Tower. But that's later. I also have Electrum wire, MV wire coil, and LV wire coil. What I was using to make my plates is this, the Tech Reborn plate bending machine, and you can put in any ingot and it will make you plates. And then plates combined with the engineer wire cutters will make you the Electrum wire. So that's no problem. I can't make the high voltage stuff yet because the high voltage wire requires steel wire and aluminum. I can make steel, but since I'm doing immersive engineering, I'm going to do steel the immersive engineering way for this episode only. So yeah, let's get these coke ovens set up. So things may look a little different than the last time that I made a cut. It's because I realized Immersive Tech was in the pack, and since Immersive Tech is in the pack, that means I can make an advanced coke oven. The advanced coke oven makes use of preheaters, just like the advanced blast furnace. And the fact that there are preheaters here make no sense for coke ovens, because coke is made with the absence of air. So supplying hot air, I don't get it. But yeah, they're powered with vibrant photovoltaic cells over here until I actually get all of this stuff into the Immersive Engineering factory. And Mr. Ramirez suggested another factory, quite frankly, but a more traditional factory, kind of like the one that I made in Project Ozone 3. And I'm using demonically gargantuan drums to hold all of the creosote. I have 29, 65. Oh yeah, I transferred from the old coke ovens into the new drums. But the way to get the demon metal is just surround lava with 4 nether bricks and drop some gold into it. And I made 5 stacks. Yeah, I made 5 stacks of it. And I used some of it to make the demonically gargantuan drums. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make the blast furnace. The advanced blast furnace, rather. So I'm making up some more steel plates over here with my plate bending machine. And I have... oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to make the advanced blast furnace, set it all up, and start making steel. Wait, you know what? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever, I was going to use all of the immersive engineering stuff in order to make steel, but I just used the Ender IO way without thinking, being absent-minded. So yeah, from this point on, any steel that I make for immersive engineering this episode is going to come from the blast furnaces. But yeah, I'm going to set those up and be right back with you. In between cuts, I made the metal press, just because I could. It was one of the quests that I needed to complete. But the next part of the quest required me to make the engineer's workbench. And the engineer's workbench required treated wood. Treated wood requires creosote, all the basic immersive engineering stuff. But the next thing I want to make is I want to make all of the molds for the quest. So I had to make the engineered blueprint for metal press molds. And I already had made crafting components because that was required for the heavy engineering block, which is the top block of the metal press. But to make the metal molds, should probably put the metal molds back in there. All you need is 5 steel plates and the engineer wire cutter, and you can make... whoa, where did you go, buddy? That's very weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Hold on. Yep, plate. It won't let me make it. It won't let me make any of them. Oh, okay. Well, that was weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But I'm going to make all of these, and all I have to do is place this mold inside the metal press. Let's see here. I don't think I need... yeah, definitely need wire. I think that's all 4 of them. Yep, that is all 4 of them, so that is complete. In order to insert the metal mold onto it, all you have to do is just from the underside, put that right there, and whenever a ingot rolls through, the metal press will make a rod or a plate or a gear or whatever. Shift right click with an empty hand and you get it back. So yeah, that is complete. And also you notice that I have this red frame around here. Well, I used the projector, the metal press projector, in order to make this. So it's just a normal projector, but if you have the engineer's manual open to a 3D representation of a block, like I have with the assembler right here, all you need to do is put the engineer manual and the metal and the projector, any type of projector, in a crafting grid, and bam, now I have the assembler projector. And see that I have this hologram right now for the automated projector, which is the next thing that I'm going to make, because it's Immersive Tech. If you wanted to rotate this, all you have to do is middle click, and you see that it is rotating. But I'm going to place that right here and build this up. It's nothing special. It's all immersive engineering blocks. But once I have it constructed, I'll explain how it actually works. Alright, here we go. This is the assembler. It is being powered up here at the top. And right here is your item input. Right here is your fluid input. And I'm going to make the very first recipe, which is going to be the treated wood planks. So all you have to do is just put your recipe up here. It recognizes it immediately. And all you have to do is supply the items to it, and it will make the treated wood planks for you. Now, in the case of stuff that requires fluid, there is fluid storage for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab my creosote. Here we go. Plop it right there with the pressurized fluid conduit. And if you look inside, you'll see that it is recognizing that there's creosote oil in there. It needs a bucket of it, and since there is a bucket in here, it is just filling it up. Boom. And you can put in an output over here at the other side. There we go. And it will transfer everything all the way through. So, yeah, that is the way that the assembler works. I'm definitely going to be using this because I intend on using a lot of treated wood planks in the future. So this is going to be very, very helpful to me. But I just need to make sure that the output gets set up properly. In any case, the In any case, the next thing that we have over here is the Automated Engineer's Workbench. And the Automated Engineer's Workbench, we're just going to throw these in here. The Automated Engineer's Workbench, all you have to do is it works the same exact way. You put in the blueprint that you want, select the item that you want, and then supply the items to it. So I have some plates being made over here. Grab the steel plates, and I already have the iron plates. And over here at the input, put them in. Oh, whoops, I just put in the steel plates. So select your steel, and there you go. You see it's starting to be made. See the items are going through. Press down, and there, you have your component. Now this will drop the items, so you should probably have a dropping conveyor belt to make sure that stuff doesn't go all over the place. But yeah, this is how the Automated Engineer's Workbench works. Sorry for the stuttering. I just learned something new after I don't even know how many years. Don't sleep in the mining dimension. Oh no. Yeah, don't sleep in the mining dimension. The bed blows up like you're in the nether. So, that's a thing. Yeah, I just died in the mining dimension while I was trying to set up for the next shot. So, yeah, I'll be back with you shortly. Yeah, that definitely freaked me out a little bit because I have been playing this game for a very long time. And, I had no idea that you died in the mining dimension if you tried to go to sleep. Well, here's all my stuff at least, so I didn't have to worry about it despawning. But the next part that I wanted to get into, let's put everything back on. There, flying ring, and cool. The next part that I wanted to get into was this core sample drill. And you see that I'm holding it right now, and it's creating like a little chunk border. Because wherever you put it, Ender IO conduit, got to power it from the sides. And I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing with everything. I'm powering it with photovoltaic cells, since I have plenty of them. Here we go. But it takes about 10 seconds for it to read the chunk that it's in. There we go. It's reading it right now. See the little drill going down there. And once it's done, it will give you a core reading. Here it is. So, there are no minerals, there is quite a bit of lava, and it recognizes that it is in the mining world. I don't need this right now. Actually, yeah, I don't need this right now. The reason why I wanted to make this, and if you're not in a mining dimension world, if you look at the map, you'll see that there are areas around here that have oil. I want this oil. So I need to make a pump jack so I can collect all of this oil. And if it's not obvious that there is oil in the area, the core sample drill will tell you that there's oil, and it will, so that you know where to place the pump jack in order to get all of that oil. That's going to be the next thing I'm going to get. Alright, I just got done setting up the pump jacks and attached the power to it, and they started moving, so I need to get these to stop real quick until I can attach barrels to them. So anything that has a red dot on it, there we go. anything that has a red dot on it, you can put a lever on it, and yeah, it'll stop the machine. And that is the Redstone Engineering block, whenever you construct stuff. But yeah, I have these 2 pump jacks being made right now because I found a chunk with some oil in it, as evidenced by this core sample. I'm going to put the core sample down. Oh yeah, and the core sample can actually be put down. So yeah, shift right click and it'll put it down, but you can see that there are no minerals in this area, but there is 14 million millibuckets of oil. So yeah, this millibucket of oil is the actual Immersive Petroleum oil. Unlike this oil right here, which is from Buildcraft. Buildcraft oil will not work in Immersive Petroleum machines, which is why you need the pump jack and the core drill. So I'm going to go get some barrels. I'm going to hook it up to these ports right here. And yeah, once I have that set up, I can have all of the oil being made before I make my next machine, which is going to be the distillation tower. Wait a minute, what? Oh. Alright, so that's a weird thing with this mod. It wants Immersive Engineering blocks of steel, but because thermal is in the pack, steel block, yeah, because thermal is in the pack, that overrides the Immersive Engineering steel block. So if you have a chisel, you can turn thermal foundation blocks of steel into the correct block of steel to actually complete this quest. Oh, it's written right there as well. Cool. Alright, I have 75 buckets of oil already, and the photovoltaic cells were not doing the job for me. They were way too slow, so I replaced them with my solar cells from Environmental Tech and my lunar cell over here, so that I have one always going. The tier 1 can barely keep up, so trying to split it between both pump jacks, it wasn't a very smart idea. So I'll just have one going during the day, one going during the night. And according to the engineer's manual, it'll take approximately 11 days in order to get rid of all of the oil that is underneath the bedrock in this chunk. So this is the, this 14 million. When I first took the sample, I remember it being 15 million. I wonder if it was when I went home and went back. So let's check this out. 14874, 14811. I'm going to go home. Alright, there we go. Now that we've gone home, I'm going to go back to the pump jack and see whether or not it updated when I left the chunk. No, it did not. Huh. I do remember this being 15 million. Regardless, I'm going through and collecting all of this oil. Once I have about, 150 buckets, I'm going to get working on the next block, which is the distillation tower. The distillation tower is going to allow me to input that oil, and it's going to give me gasoline. And gasoline is what we're going to use for the next episode. So, yeah, bear with me while I get all that stuff ready. Alright, I've got my demonically gargantuan drum filled with about, 416 buckets, and should probably enable the extract on this thing. There we go. But, oh no, that's not keeping up either. Oh well. But this is the distillation tower. Now that I have the distillation tower running, it is generating me gasoline, diesel, and lubricant, and occasionally it will make an item called bitumen as well. And I want the gasoline to go first, so let's see here. Oh, I'm getting the bitumen. Cool. It's if you put a chest right here, it'll automatically insert into the chest, so you don't have to worry about polluting your world. But I want that gasoline. There we go. Alright, but with the gasoline being made, I'm going to end out this episode. And the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to finish out Immersive Engineering by making the diesel generator, the alternator, steam turbine, all that stuff. And, when I got all the stuff together for the distillation tower, I also completed the distiller, boiler, and refinery quests, even though I haven't made those machines yet. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I am Kelly Engineering. I hope that you did enjoy this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.